cooking up.
Hey, yo, spice it up.
This way? Nope. This way. What's up, Charlie?
Boom. What's up?
Boom.
Oh.
All right. So, what's been going on this week, bro?
Fucking just fucking just catching up, man. With a lot of stuff from work and everything too. You know how busy I get with learning my
Yeah.
job. It's like every single week I get tasked with something new, and I got to figure out how to
Learn
do it.
something new.
And
Yeah.
I learned something new, and so it's humbling, humble beginnings with a lot of stuff because I rely on other people's experience, but we're making it through. And I
Yeah.
start birth classes this week for my
Oh, hell
baby.
yeah, man. That sounds so weird to hear, but
Yeah. Well, I want to there's certain things that I want to learn.
yeah, no, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, like I want to focus more on changing diapers. I want to learn baby CPR. And yeah, I mean, I know human CPR now, adult CPR and stuff. Like I'm trained on that, but I need to learn baby CPR, and there's other
Yeah.
things that I need to learn how to do too.
Yeah.
And I'm looking into maybe buying. You know how people have Keurigs? I heard there's one for baby formula, so I might do that because I'm lazy. But
Damn.
I got to see the pricing on that shit.
Yeah. That's crazy. There's so much new baby shit now. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. But
Well,
yeah,
what's up?
me and you have both been on a health kick. I've
Oh, yeah.
gone running it's Thursday. I've gone running 3 times this week so far, and been waking up in the morning and doing stretches and shit, getting my body ready. So been really trying to commit to just staying on course to work out, whether it's little by little, there's a little loop in my apartment complex.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the whole apartment complex is one big trail, and that's 2 miles around it. But there's this one complex, and it's a little circle, and that's literally a 1/4 mile. So I was like, oh, that's perfect. So I just literally run that as much as I can, stop, do a bunch of push-ups, get up, and just keep doing that over and over again. And then just walk home. And I love taking Zuko with me. I just go and have him run beside me. It's freaking awesome. So it's that little extra, I guess, push to stay consistent. Is I like taking Zuko with me. He freaking loves going running with me.
Dude, it's just I know I've been squeezing the little time that I have to myself to just go to the gym and everything. It's mostly for Maggie because now that I gained a little bit of weight, I'm snoring more often and everything, and I know that's very, very annoying, which
Yeah.
also means that I've been sleeping on the couch.
Damn.
Well, I don't mind it because
Yeah.
dude, she's got to get rest.
Yeah.
So I mean, I want to get back. I want to get active. I quit vaping. What is it? 2 months ago. So I'm 2 months clean from vaping.
When
and,
did you start
e-cigs.
again? Because I remember you dropped it a while back ago.
Yeah, I mean, it was an off and on thing for me. Whenever shit got really stressful for me, I was bad with nicotine. Even on the construction site where they had smoking sections and stuff like that. I would go and smoke one with fucking low voltage guy or the electricians, and we're just there shooting the shit. But yeah, no, it was a on and off thing for whenever I got too stressful. But now I'm just trying to power through whenever. I cut off completely because I want to catch up with my son whenever he's born and he wants to do some activities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Maybe throw the football around or something
You got to learn how to throw the football first.
Yeah, well, yeah, that. But I want to keep up with him. So
yeah,
2 months clean, and hopefully we're good on that. With drinking though, I still have a drink every now and then. It's not.
Yeah. Dude, I want to drink more often, not every day or during the weekends and shit like that, but on weekends, I almost never drink. It's very, very rare that I go out and drink. Or I used to go when I would play golf pretty often. I'd go and bring a couple drinks there. Now, I think last weekend was the first time I drank in a couple weeks. It's not a health thing that I decided to stop or anything. It's just I don't know, just kind of been nah. Don't
Mine's,
really feel like drinking.
I feel you. I feel you kind of. It's just without Maggie drinking, like I don't have anybody to drink with, so it's just kind of like,
Yeah.
But like last weekend I drank just because I was shooting the shit, catching up with some old friends.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you don't have anybody to drink with, really, like you don't tend to do it as much.
Yeah.
Obviously, when we were in college, we drank so much because we were around all these people.
That's all you had to do.
Yeah, exactly. That's all you had to do in Missouri. But now that like you're kind of older, it's just like But I'm like doing it now, like within the next maybe this week and next week I'll stop with all that, just because we're
Yeah.
getting close to the due date, and I need to be able to respond, and
Yeah.
be there when
Goes into
like
labor when you're
whenever
hammered.
she
Just
goes to
like,
labor.
fuck.
Yeah,
Dude, that'd be fucking awful.
yeah. So since I also have like a good amount of PTO, like Maggie and I have talked. Maggie like took like a week off from like work this week, which she needed it. She was just burnt and everything and like tired,
Yeah.
especially with the baby and all that stuff. So like she told me, she's like, hey, you might want to do that just in case, like like not just in case, just because like we're gonna have a kid soon and you're not gonna be able to like really relax for a while.
Yeah.
So she was that kind of hit me today when I was just like,
That's smart.
damn. I was like, yeah, you're right. So I was thinking like later on, like maybe closer to May and everything. Like I was thinking about taking like a few days off and having like a little hometown trip just because I have to be in Naples around like in a few months for like the baby shower whenever we get like the whole venue thing situated.
Yeah.
So I gotta be over there. So I'm planning on taking maybe a couple days extra, like take off like maybe Friday and Monday. So,
Yeah.
like or maybe Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But like
Yeah.
I'd
It's
rather do
needed
like
for sure, dude.
yeah, just to like relax and really just chill, man, and like get my mind on like being there for my baby and all that stuff. Which I have been like lately I've been talking to Lonnie more and more and more. And he's been like kicking through the belly and I've been feeling the kicks and I just see it now. It's like it reminds me, it's kind of fucked,
So
but like
exciting.
it reminds me of like the Alien movie, like fucking whenever the stomach comes out.
Yeah.
I don't know why I think about it like that, but it reminds me of that, and I'm just like, ooh, no. But I feel like
Damn.
like the funniest thing happened to me the other day, like whenever I was like, because I put my like head like in my ear on like the baby belly,
Yeah.
and I talked to my son because I feel like I hear that like that's good to do.
Yeah.
So I end up like talking to him, and the other day, like I fist bumped my son while he's in the belly because
How do you know it was his fist and not his foot?
maybe it was his foot, but we did like a bump.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and I was just fucking around. I was like, Lonnie, like I know you're gonna be a super cool little dude, so I don't mind sharing Maggie's boobs with you. It's like I don't mind sharing them with you as long as you promise to stop being to not be a little shit and stop like kicking your mom at night.
Yeah.
I'm like, you cool with? And I was just like, you cool with that? And I put my fist on her stomach and he dapped me up.
It's like in Naruto, when he puts his fist out to other people to like talk and shit, or like what's it called? You know what I'm talking about? Like
Yeah, a little
telepathically.
yeah.
That shit. Yeah. But
Yeah.
dude, there's a crazy story I saw about a Florida man that I saw on Instagram. Have you heard about this shit? It's this guy took his 7-month pregnant girlfriend out on a hike to an alligator infested freaking trail. Have you heard about this?
Okay, yeah, okay, motherfucker, yes. But listen, in my defense, I
How
know
many
the
miles?
area. It was a while. Yeah. It was a hike. It was a fucking hike. But Maggie wanted to go. It was Maggie's idea.
Yeah.
So I was just like, all right, we'll go. And then once we got there, I did like, we had enough water. We had I got a stick. Like I got us really prepared for this hike. And then like we were just good, we were good throughout it. We were taking breaks as we went. We ate like throughout the whole thing.
So yeah,
And
you need to bring like salty snacks.
yeah, we brought salty snacks. We bought a lot from Wawa, and we had a like breakfast sandwich before we left. So we were good.
Yeah,
The only
I
thing
miss
that did
Wawa.
get us a little bit was like the heat, like the sun, like the sun hitting our skin, and like the
Yeah,
heat a little bit because after a while being out in the sun, you get heat
you didn't bring
exhaustion.
sunblock.
I did, but I should have put on more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like
I
that
was about
got
to
us a
say.
little bit. Everybody at my work was like, "Dude, you're fucking nuts." I was like, "You're a fucking
Yeah,
lunatic," and everybody was calling me the Florida man, and I was just like, "Bruh," because literally I
literally.
was like 3 feet away from a fucking alligator. But the thing
I know. I
is,
saw some of your stories. You guys are like right fucking next to
well,
him.
right fucking next to him, Maggie took a selfie, like kind of like in front of an alligator, and I was just like, "Oh shit,"
That is
but.
wild.
No, but like the thing is, like about those alligators down in that area, like that
They're
part,
used to people.
they're used to people. So
Yeah.
all they do is sunbathe and they don't really lunge or attack anybody unless you fuck with them,
Yeah.
Like whenever we saw like a mama gator with all her babies and they were crossing, we obviously just let them cross and do their thing.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was just like whatever. And there was other people on the trail. It wasn't like it was just us.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of people there. Like we had to get there early because there wasn't that much parking. So, so there was a lot of people. I felt pretty safe and everything. It was a little sketchy getting a little close to the alligators, but I had my stick like right there, right in front, just in case it got
Yeah.
like a little too close. But nothing bad happened.
The fuck's a
and all that.
stick gonna do to a dinosaur?
You can distract it, man. Like there's different ways to handle a gator.
Yeah.
And I've watched enough videos. I've studied enough Steve Irwin.
I knew you were gonna say Steve Irwin. I was about
Fuck
to say
yeah,
that.
dude. Steve Irwin was
That's
the
a
GOAT.
goat.
And then there was
Yeah,
that
but-
other dude, I think Jeff Corwick or Jeff McCormick or something like Jeff Corwick. He was also on the like Animal
I think I know
Planet
who you're
back,
talking about. Yeah.
back in the day and shit. Like I used to watch his shit all the time, but Steve was like the one that I watched the most. He
Yeah.
was
Same.
the GOAT.
For sure.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Fucking psycho.
All right,
Yeah.
so I wanted to get into the hot takes this week. So,
Yeah.
like, here's
What you got?
here's
What you
my
got?
personal one. Like, I feel like because I've seen a lot of people sympathize. Let me just hold on. Let me actually say what it is. My hot take is I do
Yeah.
not feel bad for what happened to 6ix9ine. And the context behind that is, the context behind that is like he got jumped in South Florida. For those who don't know, he got jumped in South Florida,
Yeah.
and like at an LA Fitness, which is a
Fitness, yeah.
gym. It's just a gym that everybody fucking goes to. I
Yeah,
used to go
public
to
gym.
I used to go to fucking LA Fitness too, and it wasn't like anything crazy. Like it's
Yeah.
just a normalized gym that everybody goes to. But he got jumped and all that stuff. There was videos of him getting kicked and everything, and then I started seeing people like be like, "Oh man, poor, like that's fucked up," which it is fucked up. It's
Yeah.
fucked up that happened. That they had it had to be 4 against 1 dude and all that stuff, and like it's just coward shit in my opinion. Like just run
Yeah.
it 1-on-1 with it. If you just ran it on a 1-on-1 thing, that's like more. That's better. And everybody went their separate ways. That's better. But why do you got to
Yeah.
jump somebody? Like that's the
Yeah.
part that I don't like. But the
Yeah.
reason why I don't feel bad for this guy isn't because he snitched. I know everybody's gonna think is because 6ix9ine's a snitch and all that stuff. Well, there's so many fucking people that have done like the same
Yeah.
shit, and they're
Plenty.
still in the rap. Yeah, plenty of fucking people have done that, and they're still in the fucking rap game.
Yeah.
Like, and no one's really coming at him for any of that shit. Like, I'm pretty sure Gunna snitched on Young Thug, but it is what it is. But the reason why I don't feel bad for him is that he's it's because he trolls
He's annoying.
and-
Yeah.
and he's annoying, and like he trolls, he's annoying, and he's always like talking all out of shit. So like eventually, the shit's gonna
Someone's
like
gonna test him.
eventually it's gonna come back around and he's gonna get tested, or he's gonna get like
Jumped.
just beat up just because
Yeah.
he's like fucking annoying. You know,
Yeah.
there's some people saying that he got jumped because he's a snitch and everything, but I don't think so. I feel like the dude went to jail and he snitched about like it's already been like 3 years since that whole situation.
Yeah. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a fucking minute. And like no one came at him for that. No one came at him for shit. he
Yeah.
got his ass handed to him because like the dude's a fucking troll and he's always talking all this shit. So like I don't feel bad with him like when it comes to that. And it's just like, dude, you were just talking a bunch of shit. And now
Yeah.
of course something's gonna fucking happen. But apparently now also he's gonna get protection from like the feds and a lot of
I
people
saw
like
that.
witness protection and all that
Yeah.
crap. So I mean, it is what it is. Like no one else is gonna come and attack him and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's weird that he was at an LA Fitness. So like, is, wherever he lives, do they not have a gym that you could go there, or a nicer, more private gym, or
Yeah,
something? Like, why was he at an LA Fitness? That's just
my
weird.
thing is I think he was down there because of like the whole the World Cup, like for baseball, the World Baseball Cup and stuff like that was
The
happening.
series,
Yeah, the World Series and stuff like that.
is that
And he
happening
was out
now?
there. What? Yeah, it
Or
just
that ended?
ended.
Oh,
Japan won.
oh, okay. I thought you were talking about MLB. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, well, yeah. I think it's like the World Baseball Series. The thing that happens, it's like
Yeah, for
all
like
the
the
countries.
countries. Yeah,
Yeah, all the countries were playing. Mexico made it pretty far this year. I was like, yo, I mean,
I
yeah, and
saw
I'm
people posting about that.
yeah, I'm pretty sure he was there to watch Mexico. Like that's why he was in South Florida because it took place
Mm,
in Miami. A lot
yeah,
of my cousins went there and went to go see Mexico play and all
yeah,
that stuff. But it was just crazy. Like that World Cup, that like World Baseball Series thing was like crazy too. Like a lot of people were like, there was a lot of things that surprised me. Like I don't keep up with baseball at all,
so
so
I don't know shit about baseball.
maybe I'm being stereotypical, but like it's not anything like stereotype. That's not stereotyping anything bad. But I
Yeah,
always thought that like the main motherfuckers when it came to baseball were like Cubans and Puerto
Puerto
Ricans.
Ricans.
Yeah, Cubans and Puerto Ricans, and these guys got like knocked out. Like they didn't make it that far.
Hmm.
Like Cuba won a couple. I think they won
It's
the
all the
first
best
round.
ones are in USA.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. The US made it pretty
They
far.
drafted them all. They're like, hey, come here,
Yeah, the
baby.
US went pretty far too. They made it to the finals and they lost against Japan, which Japan has a lot of good fucking players too. Like there's a lot of good Japanese players that play
Hmm.
in the MLB. Don't get me wrong, but I always thought the main motherfuckers were like
Yeah,
or like the Cubans and Puerto
yeah, because
Ricans.
in the MLB, that's their whole rosters are pretty much them. That's because they all come over from those places to come to freaking US. So all the best ones
And
leave.
yeah, well, speaking of that, there was one guy that was like a Cuban Mexican guy that was playing for Mexico. That was
Hmm.
like really really good. Like you would see him and you don't even think he's Mexican, but
Yeah.
this guy is apparently he's Mexican, but he was playing with Mexico, and like the dude was just a fucking beast. But he's like Cuban Mexican.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but Cuba lost to like the US pretty bad, and then Mexico beat Puerto Rico. But then Mexico lost to Japan, which I was a little salty. I'm like,
Hmm.
mm. I think
Yeah.
it's just my own ego and my own fucking
Yeah.
pride. But
Yeah.
I was just like, it is what
Yeah.
it is. Like I'm not
I
even
saw.
into baseball that much.
Yeah. I saw people posting about that, but I was like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, why is it like countries like playing? I didn't know what the hell that was. I'm like, it's not the Olympics or something. I was like, what is going on? I had no freaking idea. But going into sports, that's actually perfect for my hot take. Uh, it's not really a hot take, but could you imagine the XFL if more older quarterbacks decided to go play for the XFL? Like the XFL this season has been super exciting, fun to watch. I watch all their highlights on YouTube. Um, and the like more known quarterbacks, one of them is AJ McCarron. He used to be a for the Bengals, and that now he's one of the better ones in the XFL. And then Ben DiNucci, he was like Jerry Jones, like fucking dissed him. He when Dak was hurt, and then the other backup got hurt. They had to put in Ben DiNucci. I think it was last year or the year before, and he's just like, we don't have a quarterback. We should get postpone the game so this one can come back. Just totally shitting on Ben DiNucci. Those two have been lighting it up in the XFL. Could you imagine if like Carson Wentz, his career's over in the NFL unless he decides to be a backup. Just imagine him in the XFL. Imagine Cam Newton in the XFL. Fucking like Johnny Manziel in the XFL, dude.
Well, Johnny was in
Even
the XFL.
I think so.
Johnny Manziel was in the XFL, dude. He
Mm,
fucking when he got dropped, he moved over to the XFL. But like the XFL is like one of those things that like it keeps coming and coming. He keeps like
coming
coming
and
and going.
I
Yeah.
think I think the XFL is here to stay this time because The Rock put in a lot of freaking money. And like I said before, all the quarterbacks were like no names that nobody knew or like had a little bit of heat in college and then they didn't work out. So the quarterback play was just terrible. And that's everything in football, is having an exciting offense. So this year, it's been so much more fun to watch. It's good play. You can tell they put a lot of money and resources into it. So it's been really fun to watch. So that's what I'm saying. Some of those older quarterbacks that have gotten several contracts, they're on the back end of their career. Like freaking even like Joe Flacco, he's made a bunch of fucking money. I'm pretty sure he's still in the NFL as a backup. Dude, if he could come over there, just imagine him torching it in the XFL, dude. Look like a goddamn superstar. Or like Ryan Fitzpatrick, his last couple years that he played, he could probably still play in the XFL. Imagine him, dude. That dude's a light show. I just think, oh, another name was fucking Nathan Peterman. Do you know who that is? The guy,
No.
everyone is making fun of him for throwing picks. Like this dude, he threw 5 interceptions in one game when he played for the Buffalo Bills. But he's had moments where he's pretty good. If he'd go to the XFL, that'd be fucking dope.
I'm trying to find this one quarterback. I forgot what his fucking name is, but
Describe him or a team or anything.
he played for the Bears, but no way. He just no.
Jay
He
Cutler.
played. Yeah, I would want to see. I would want to see. I would want to see
He's got
Jay
a cannon.
Jay Cutler is just. He's so fucking. He's just. I always just thought. Like, there's nothing funny about Jay Cutler, but he's just a funny dude because he just doesn't give.
He's such a
fuck.
cock.
He's such a cock. Jay Cutler just does not give a fuck, man.
Yeah.
And I like his mentality where he just doesn't give a fuck about what anything's going on. Like, I would want to see Jay Cutler in the XFL. Like, I was trying to. I can't believe I forgot his fucking name, but like I was starting to look up because he has the same fucking name as like this other
weightlifter.
body. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I was like typing that in right now, and I was just like, Jay fucking Cutler, dude.
Yeah, buddy.
His I don't give a fuck personality, like, I don't know. He just always made me kind of just laugh. I'd see him in, like interviews and stuff like that. He just didn't give a shit. He was just there. Like,
there's whatever. So many stories of him being a freaking ass to people. Like, he's just like literally like the too cool for school, like I don't give a fuck, kind of person. Yeah. All right. You got another hot take or not?
I was gonna say, I was like, I think I seen just, I don't know if it's true, but like I think it was Jay Cutler who was trying to make his fucking ex-wife pay child support to him. So,
yeah, that's him. That's him.
Jay Cutler is a city boy. City boy.
Literally, yep.
Okay,
that's fucking perfect. I said I got one ready.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, cool. This one might trigger you a little bit. I think the top 5 rappers list should be updated, if that makes sense. Like automatically, as soon as you ask anybody top 5, everybody always says right away like Tupac, Biggie, Nas type shit. Like they're always like right in there, and then they're like
generational shit. Me and this older dude at work were talking about that. Like he works, he's like a partner for the company that we work for. And me and him were going in on like rap and everything too.
Yeah.
And I was telling him, I was like, I'll let you talk. Like, my bad for cutting you off.
No, go ahead.
Just real quick. I was telling him, I'm like, the best way that I like how I find new rappers and everything too. I listen to like the XXL ciphers and stuff like that. Like, and then I see people's flows and I vibe with
so
that.
You can find YK Osiris.
Hey, fucking he still did better than Lil Mosey.
Oh God,
Lil Mosey's fucking freestyle. It was horrible. But
Yeah.
going back to your thing, who do you think is your top 5?
That's tough for me. I don't know. But this is going to totally discredit what I just said before because like I haven't listened to a lot of Tupac. Like I know like his biggest ones like Ambitions as a Rider and like California Love, those ones, but like I haven't gone into his full catalog. But I feel like it's like a given. Literally you ask anybody, like any rapper or big fans of rap, like even like more our generation, not even like older guys or people, they always have to throw in like Tupac in there. I'm like, there's definitely an argument for them being somewhere on the list, but they like totally discredit all these new people. Like personally, one of my favorites right now, and I think he's closing in on being like one of the top fives is JID. Have you heard of him, Jid?
Oh yeah, Jid. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
him, just like and the way raps evolved too. Like
No, he's really. I'd say he's a really good lyricist. Like he had a
he's
really
good
good freestyle
lyricist,
too.
good
Like
good cadence, like really thinks about the overall message of stuff that he puts out. Very, I guess, like detailed rapper. And then the fucking beats he has on and just goes crazy on some of them, shit like that. And then obviously, like J. Cole, one of my all time favorites. So I think he'd be in there too. Mm, I feel like you have to put Eminem in there somewhere. Yeah, I know. I knew
you
you
just hate your
disagree with
mom.
that one.
You just hate your mom.
I knew you
It's a
did,
rap.
but you
It's a
also
rap.
hate white rappers.
No, I don't.
Please tell me one white rapper you listen to.
Okay, Mac Miller. Everybody listens to Mac Miller. No, but I mean,
Yeah.
I don't hate white rappers, dude. I like actually Jack Harlow. Like
Okay.
I actually like some of his music and stuff. Like some of his
One of
older
the most
music.
swaggy black white
Yeah,
rappers
well,
there is.
like I like his older music more so than his new one. I feel like I
Yeah.
hate to be
I
one
love
of
Jack
those
Harlow.
guys. But Jack Harlow, I like Jack Harlow. No, I do like Eminem, but not a lot of his new stuff. Like the old shit, yeah. But
Yeah.
like his new
For
one,
me, Eminem, a lot of his music, I'm not gonna play in the car, like just ride out, bump to it. It's not that kind of music for me. Like there's some J. Cole that I can do that with, like Lil Baby I can bump in the car, Lil Durk, shit like that. And they still have like some good lyrics or what's his name? Fucking Polo G, shit like that.
yeah.
Eminem is just how technical he is. He can rap really fast or not, you know, the
I feel
hidden
like
meanings, double, triple entendres, all that shit, that you got to respect that shit.
I feel like if like Eminem was a drink, he'd be a monster. Or like a Red Bull. He'd be some type of fucking energy drink.
Yeah,
And if he was a food, he'd be like Doritos.
damn.
That'd be a combination. Like I feel like every time I listen to Eminem, I gotta drink a Monster and eat Doritos for some fucking reason.
Yeah,
Well, his new shit, not like his old shit. His old shit,
yeah,
fucking ham. But like I don't know. Maybe that's just me. That maybe fucking people are gonna hate me for that. But like
yeah.
that's just me. You didn't even finish your list. Who's okay? So you got J. Cole, Eminem,
That's it. Yeah, J.
JID.
Cole, Eminem, JID. Mm, I don't know. Who do you got for your top five? Let me think.
I was gonna actually switch it up. I was gonna like because to be honest, we could go here and fucking talk about top 5 shit all the fucking time, but I wanted to play a game with you.
All
So
right.
we both have sisters. We're both pretty good brothers and everything. But I wanted to put like, but let's do like, who would you rather date your sister? Rapper edition.
Okay,
Okay.
go for it.
All right. All right. So let's just. All right. So either
Go
Kanye
ahead.
West or Little Pump.
Fuck. I think I would do Lil Pump. He's a little more mentally stable than Kanye is right now, and
Yeah.
Kanye's more abusive. And Lil Pump, I don't think they'll be together for very long.
I think I would have to go with Kanye. It's just like it's gonna make my sister fucking crazy, but like I feel like with a lot of therapy, she'd be fine. But with Little Pump, like she'd just be like on a downward spiral with a bunch of drugs. And this man's
Yeah.
already fucking loony in the either you want someone to be fucking, you want her to be someone who's fucking batshit crazy, or someone who just does a lot of drugs. And I'd
Yeah.
rather like, I'd pay for fucking therapy if she got with Kanye.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Um,
All right, hit me
the
again.
next one is gonna be: would you rather have your sister date Travis Scott or Drake?
Drake.
Yeah, I'd
Drake.
go with why Drake
Fucking
for you?
certified lover boy over there.
Why?
Yeah.
Bro?
Travis Scott just does not seem like he would treat a woman right. Drake goes out, he does a lot of shit like that, but I feel like if he was in a relationship, he would be in it, you know, like make the shit work. He'd be much more husband material than Travis Scott would be. You? What you picking?
I would, yeah. The reason why I said Drake is because, like, obviously, like, this man's gonna fucking cheat, but like, if my sister does, if my sister says something wrong to him, like something minorly wrong, like he's just gonna make a song about her, and she's gonna have a feature, and now she's gonna blow up.
She's gonna be one of the voicemails.
Yeah, she's gonna be one of the fucking voicemails, and she's gonna be on Drake's fucking album. Yeah. So I mean, she's gonna get a feature out of it. So
yeah,
that's why I would go with Drake. All right, the next one would be, let's see, Future or Young Thug.
Fuck. I don't know. I'm thinking Future. He's the one that's like just for the streets, right? That guy. Yeah. That's him. Yeah. Hell no. I go Young Thug. I don't know why. I think it's just the lesser of two evils there.
But what if
Young Thug?
But what if Future is just a stepping stone for your sister, and like then your sister ends up like, I don't know, finding her man, like Sierra with Russell Wilson.
Well, maybe.
Yeah. Who knows?
I don't know. Who are you picking?
I'd pick Young Thug too, just because I feel like Young Thug is low key zesty. Like he's probably gay, so he probably won't do anything with my sister. If anything, they'll share like nail polish. Yeah. No, he's like
skin activities.
Yeah, motherfucker's dark skin. What do you mean?
He doesn't act like it apparently.
Yeah. Well, but
you got all right. Last one. Give me another one. Give me a good one.
All right. Work. Let's see. Either this one. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like thinking about this one.
Yeah. Give me a good one.
Okay. Huh. I don't know. Like, okay. What about Lil Baby or Lil Durk? Just thinking about. I don't know. Maybe I thought about this too hard, but
Lil Baby, I think.
Yeah, Lil Baby's low-key a fucking cool ass dude.
Yeah, I think
I've seen him do
more aggressive.
Stuff. What?
I think Lil Durk is aggressive ass dude.
Well, not really. I just think Lil Durk will put my sister in a crazy situation and all that stuff. But I don't know. I feel like Lil Baby, from like more of his interviews and stuff like that, he's been like more sincere.
Yeah,
he's like actually like an overall good dude.
Yeah,
that's what I agree.
I agree. All right, I got a dumb question for you.
What's up?
What's better? Someone says like, "Oh, that's good," or "Oh, that's pretty good."
What?
You know, because great is better than good, but someone says, "Oh, that's pretty good," or like, "Oh, it's like, oh, dude, that's good." What do you think is better?
I don't fucking know. Like that is a dumb fucking question. I think it's just it just depends on the fucking tone.
Yeah.
Like if someone's just like, "Oh, that's good," you know, or they're just like, "That's good." Like, obviously, fucking means something different to me.
Yeah.
It's always like the tone that like really, really delivers the message and shit, and the way people say shit really delivers it. Like whenever we were in boot, whenever I was in boot camp, like whenever Drill Sergeant would be like, "Fucking hey, high speed," like that shit hurt me, dude. Yeah. Like, although being high speed is a fucking compliment, whenever this motherfucker said it and the way he
said it,
sarcastic as fuck, like, dude could I don't know, that shit fucking hurt. Dude could literally tell me that, like, call me all like a fucking bitch, a mouse looking motherfucker or something, and it wouldn't hurt as bad as like him saying, "Hey, high
High
speed."
speed, yeah.
Yeah, I don't fucking
Damn.
know. It's
That
because he knew that, like, at least my drill sergeant, whenever he used to tell me that, he knew that I was fucking up, so he would call me high speed just to like
yeah.
hurt my fucking soul.
That's funny.
Yeah,
That my drill sergeants, they would pick on me, man, because I was probably the size I am now back then when we were going through our first trainings and shit. I was fucking everything up. I couldn't pack my damn rucksack correctly. I couldn't do anything right. So they had fucking field days with me, dude. When you're going on ruck marches and shit, you know how they're like you're supposed to on the tactical shit on the sidewalks, and then they're in the middle. Literally,
yeah.
all three of them would just come and be right beside me, fucking yelling bullshit. And my strings were all like dangling. I didn't tie them up or tuck them in or anything. They're like, "Oh shit, look at the spaghetti monster!" Like, oh, they were all like taking turns roasting me and shit. I'm like, I need to get my shit together. I fucking feel that.
Yeah, fucking man, fucking army, dude. It just feels like a long time ago.
I know.
But I mean, if I would have gone back to do it, like if I would have done it all over again, I probably just would have done it for 3 years and dipped out.
Yeah,
I think that would have been a better path, instead of like doing it the
like
military
going enlisted.
academy. Yeah, well, yeah, instead of like the whole military academy. I don't know, me personally, just because like I would have just wanted to get the bag and get out.
Yeah,
I was never really like the one to like, make it a full-time thing. It's just
same.
like, it was just one of those things that the only reason why I joined is because I fucked up a lot growing up. And that was my consequence. That was my natural consequence in
Yeah,
life, was to go in there and do stuff like, go in there, but it's what you make out of it. So like, I don't regret
yeah,
it at all. It just
same.
gave me a different perspective on a lot of different things.
Yeah,
Fucking hey, dude.
yeah, like same. If I wouldn't have gone there, I would have probably not gone to college, or probably I don't even know how long it would have taken me to finish it because having to try and pay for it myself. Or I probably would have never even left the state because where I was gonna go was either FAU or FGCU, were the two that I got accepted to that I was gonna go to. And who knows? I'd probably still would have never left Florida. Not gone all the places that I've been to. All these different states that we've gone through from jumping and starting out there.
Yeah, it's just a fucking leap. This has
Yeah,
been an issue with a lot of people nowadays with finding work, is that they will go somewhere for a little bit and then they're just homesick, so they end up coming back to where they're from. But
yeah,
it really is what you make it, though. I mean, there's been a lot of moments where I've been fucking homesick, but I'm just like, let me just put up with it and then like fucking make something out of myself. Like even
yeah,
jumping into this new city that I'm in, I was like, when I first was out here, I didn't know anybody like at all. Now it feels
yeah,
like home because like I have Maggie and stuff like that.
yeah,
Now I have like my little family and stuff. But in the beginning, it was just kind of crazy. It felt very, very lonely. But then like I would remind myself why I'm here. I'm like, all right, I'm just trying to get the bag and get my life started and
yeah,
everything too. So, and now it feels more like home than my actual home. And I'm just like, yeah, fuck it.
yeah. I feel that. Do you do you still hang out with those friends that you used to go out to like the bars and shit with?
Oh, I mean,
Remember?
I talk to them and everything, and like I check up on them, like
Yeah.
because we
Obviously,
were
it's
like,
more different now, but
yeah, it's more different now. I mean, but they understand. They're like, all right, you got a baby on the way,
yeah,
you got things you got to take care of. So obviously, you can't be hitting the same type of bars or being in the same type of environment that you were in when you first got here.
yeah. That's why I told you to join some kind of club or do some kind of shit to have different friends that weren't
I mean,
just bar friends.
I still have friends and everything too. Like me and Maggie and I go on like double dates with
Oh,
some
that's
of my
nice.
like some of the friends that I did make out here.
Yeah,
But but right now we were really just situated on getting
focus in on
everything
your
ready.
fam.
Yeah, on
Yeah,
all my priorities and getting stuff ready for the baby and getting all that situated. So my
yeah.
priorities are like shifted differently right now,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
like
But
completely differently. So, and that's why I live a more private life now. Like
yeah,
Like that's
You
why
were
I
already
shoot.
going private, like the last year and a half. You'd been kind of closing up. That makes sense now, though, that you told me about earlier.
It's just
Uh,
that one of those things is like I feel like I have to because like I just don't, and it's not that I it's not to be a dick or anything. It's just that I just don't care about people like I used to, and
yeah,
just after going through like a couple
it's a lot,
hard years.
a lot
What?
of time. It's a lot of energy and time.
Yeah, well, it's I gotta focus on what's more important to me right now, which is my
Yeah,
own little family that I'm starting.
yeah,
So unless I really don't. I could really care less. Like obviously, like the past is the past, but like the past is the past for a reason.
yeah,
You know, it's there. It happened, and all that other stuff. Like I had good times with good people, but now it's time to like be a man and focus on raising my kid. And it's just crazy nowadays. Like I feel
yeah,
like there's a lot of things that I'm going to take a different approach with my son than what I was brought up in and all that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Like
for
I'm
sure.
definitely going to spend more time reading him books and teaching him to be like bilingual. Like I feel like being bilingual has to be a big one for him.
Yeah,
Like growing up in my home, now he
I
feels the same way.
I saved. I I think I saved on Instagram. I was gonna send you, and I forgot. It was like this YouTube channel that's all about like teaching Spanish kids growing up Spanish. So it's like for babies. Like they like it's like an animated series and it goes through and teaches them English, Spanish translations and it's like a pretty like a Dora the Explorer type shit for kids. I'm gonna try and remember to find it for you and send it to you. So like when they get a little bit older, you can put those on too, and it's specifically to teach them Spanish.
Yeah. And now, like now, I'm kind of just guessing on how he's gonna come out looking. Like
You
lately,
can't do that, man.
I know it's bad, but like like today on my break, I was just eating my pizza, and I was just thinking about like, is he gonna look like me? Is he gonna look like her? Or he's
Where's the
gonna look like a
up?
mix?
Never mind.
Because what?
Never mind.
Would you say?
I was gonna make a fucked up joke.
What? He's gonna
I
have a
can't.
huge ass head?
No, worse than that. Worse than that.
What?
It's a meme from Gordon Ramsay. Have you seen it?
No.
When like the soldiers come home and they're seeing their baby for the first time, and it cuts to like a Gordon Ramsay meme. It's like shit. It's black.
Jeez, if that happens, then I'm out. I'm, gonna, I'm gonna be like,
Uh,
Skadoosh. I'm gonna dap him up and be like, all right, I'll see you
you're on
later,
your
bud.
own. Yeah.
You on your own. I'll be like, I'll look at him and be like, take care of her, sir. I'm out.
I'm gonna get some milk.
I'll go get some milk. I'll
Oh
be
shit.
back. I'll be definitely lost, like getting some fucking milk and all that shit.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
It's so fucked. God damn
That's why I
it.
didn't want to say it, but I was like, fuck it,
Yeah.
I'm like, I know
Nah.
you have a good sense of humor.
Yeah. No, I
But
have a really fucking messed up sense of humor. I
dark.
think that's the part that like I honestly loved about being in the army. It's just that everybody has like the same dark sense of humor.
Sick.
And whenever I meet other like people like that were like either in the
In the
army,
army or
Air
somewhere.
Force, Marine Corps, like
Yeah.
wherever, and we start shooting this shit, we get fucking
Cops and
pretty dark.
firefighters are like that too, though.
Yeah. A lot of construction
They're
people are
just
like
like
that
that.
too. Like we were like like today, there's this crew installing like a temporary water line
Mm,
that's just like suppress any fires that happen on the construction site, like some
mm.
sprinkler type shit.
Yeah.
We just started fucking shooting this shit and all that stuff too, like with each other and everything. Like this one guy is like asked me, he's like, "How old are you?" And I'm like, "Dude, I'm 26." And one guy's like, "Damn, I'm fucking old and shit." And and then I was just like, "Yeah, didn't you fucking sit behind Jesus in the third grade?" And just started like, That's like a lighter joke, you know.
Yeah.
It's a lighter joke to feel people out. And he
Yeah. Start
started
working
chuckling.
in.
He started chuckling and shit like that, and he started saying like all this fucking crazy shit. Like he's like, "Nah, fuck you," and all this other stuff. He's like, And then some other guy's like, "Hey, don't make fun of him. He could have been with your grandma." And I'm like,
Yeah.
and
That
I'm
could be your
like,
grandpappy right there.
"You grandpappy." I'm like, "Damn, man." And then I was just fucking going back and forth with these dudes, but they were a great time, man. Like we're all out there fucking just shooting the
Going through
shit,
the
like on
shit.
a fucking going through the fucking shit on a hot ass fucking day.
Yeah.
And it was crazy the other day because there was like a cold front,
Mhm.
like hitting Florida, so it was
Same
fucking
here.
cold, man.
How cold
Fuck,
did it get?
like in the mornings when I'd go to work, it was, which is embarrassing to say because we used to
We
fucking
were in
just walk.
Missouri, yeah.
We were in Missouri. It was like 45, and I was freezing.
Oh,
I was
that's
like,
not too bad. It got here to 34 and there was like ice all over my car. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, I got rid of my ice scraper. I didn't think I fucking needed it out here.
"You rode the moped to work, still in that fucking cold?"
No, thank God, no. Once
No.
once we moved out here, it was a little further. So Annie now has the moped and I have my car back because she has to go literally like 2 blocks to where her job is now. So I'm like,
You put
I'm
Andy
like,
in the fucking cold.
she didn't. She hasn't worked the last 2 days, so she hasn't had to go anywhere in the cold. But
Can she
I
work from
did.
home too? Does she work hybrid?
Mm-mm, no,
Oh no,
she's
not
a
anymore.
bartender. She
Oh
used to.
really?
She used to. Yeah. She
Whatever.
freaking. She started as a freight broker and hated sales, so switched to like dispatch, and she could do that from home at night. But she was literally anytime I was awake, she was asleep. Anytime she was asleep, I was awake and at
Uh,
work and shit. So we like could never talk and never do anything, and you could see it really taking a toll on her. So she quit and was with a different company during the day, like 9 to 5s, and then she wanted to pick up bartending on the side because she used to do it in college. And like the office life cubicles is just not for her. Like it if it drains me, like even on a good day, she would come home like completely shut down, not wanting to talk, you
wanting
know.
to decompress. Decompression is like a fucking.
Yeah.
That's like
And
a real
it would
fucking thing.
yeah, it would completely take her out of it. And then so I was like, you're like, could you go full time bartending? Like, you make pretty good money there. And she makes more as a bartender there than she did at either job, all of them. Makes way more there. And then she comes home and she's like happy and stuff. She likes being able to talk to people and constantly do shit, move around, instead of sitting at a desk all fucking day. So it's good, and we can have more date nights and go do shit together more often now instead of literally like for a month and a half we were completely different schedules. Like we almost never were able to hang out or do anything. So that sucked.
I know. That's how I like. I feel like you gotta find someone with like. Well, that's what I tell everybody. A lot of people in life too. You gotta find someone who's got like whose lives mesh together and stuff like that. I think a lot
Yeah.
of. I was having this discussion with some of the older guys at my company, and
Yeah.
they were talking because they were just telling me they're like, "Oh, how's your girlfriend? Like, how's she doing and all that stuff." And I was just like, "Oh, she's doing good and everything." And they're like, "She's getting to work like good, like with being pregnant, she's getting there on time." And I was like, "Oh, she works from home." And then I explained to him like it's pretty clutch because you know like we got a little routine going on, like
Yeah.
with everything and all that stuff, and her working from home is pretty clutch, like because sometimes she does a little more like around the place, but I always tend to help her whenever I get home. Like when I
Yeah.
get home, like there's like a few things that I have to do before I decompress and like check out. Like
Yeah.
as it's always like it's always I walk in, I take off my boots first. Like it's the first thing I have to do. I have to
Yeah.
take off my boots, and then I have to go. I always tell her that she's pretty when I walk in, and all that stuff. I compliment her. See if she needs anything from me. Then I start doing a little bit of tidying up around the place,
Yeah.
and then I let her talk to me about her day and all that stuff. And then like I tidy up around, pick up some stuff,
I like how
clean.
that's like part of your chores, letting her talk to you about her
yeah,
day.
it's not like chores, but it's like it's good for
Like,
her.
all right, get it over with. Tell
No,
me.
no, it's good for both of us because it
Yeah.
keeps us interactive with each other. It's not
Yeah,
like, all
yeah.
right, we don't just sit down and be on our phones while we're sitting next to each other as like a
Yeah.
comfort thing. But we do eventually, but we do like that's like later on. And then I
Yeah.
start like, and then I like fit like either like sometimes when she cooks, the food's already ready to go. So I just make myself food and then
Yeah.
we're just hang out and we spend some time together and all that stuff. And then like back then I used to just after I ate and all that stuff, she'd be on her phone. Like after we spent some good quality time together, she'd be on her phone and I'd just be on mine or playing video games, just decompressing where I don't have to
Yeah.
talk, where I don't have to interact with anybody. And I just like, all right, cool. Now with the
Yeah.
baby, now with me going to the gym and everything and with the baby coming, it's going to be a little different. But like now with me going to the gym, like I do the same thing that I always do. And then I go hit the gym. Like,
Yeah.
and then I use that as like my me time.
Yeah.
And then she
You've
has her
always been
time,
like that. You like going later at night. Like if I
which
work out after work, I have to go like right after, or else I know I'm not going to. When we used to live together, you would come home, literally take your boots off, lay on the couch, nap for an hour, eat something, and then go at like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock to go work out. I'm like, how the fuck do you get up and do that?
I
Like,
think get off of
I'm
that.
not
Like,
going to the gym.
and then get up the next day at 6
Yeah.
in the morning. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, sir. No, now I don't. Now I just go for like about an hour. Like I just go in, do a quick workout, and it's just because, like, I get into this thing where I just want to go work out and that's it. Like I hate people.
You won't be on
Like
your phone for
whenever I
3
work
hours?
out now, what? No, now I work out
Not
for like
anymore.
literally an hour,
Yeah.
and I just go, I do my thing, and then I'm out. But
Yeah.
like I don't really interact with anybody, nor do I want to, or anything like that. Like I just want to go do my thing, and then I come home, from the gym. I shower, and then I spend more quality time with Maggie, and then like she shows me like all these videos, memes, and TikToks,
Yeah.
and and then we go to bed, and
Yeah.
then I get
I
into
swear memes is a love language.
memes is a fucking love language.
Me and
Like
Annie always send each other shit.
exactly, I always send her memes, but lately she's been rubbing me the wrong way because like I send Maggie all these memes, and then she doesn't even view them until like later on, and then but she wants me to see her memes, and I'm
And
like,
she sends them. Yeah.
I don't want to see your memes if you're not going to
See
take the
mine.
time
Yeah.
to see my memes.
Yeah.
I work hard to find these memes for you.
Yeah. You know what I've been thinking about since we started this podcast right now, like this
So
this episode, is the contrast from when I used to have my podcast before, like just by myself, that episode that I had you on, how different our conversations were back then to how they are now. Fucking totally different. But
oh yeah,
the other thing I want to bring up too is, remember, I think it was on that episode too. I don't know if I still have the recordings for them or not, but um on that episode you like talked about, like you were like talking about like girls and like love life and stuff, and you were talking about like how you never thought you would like find somebody and like it's never worked out for you and shit. And I would always tell you the same advice. I told you that on the podcast, and I told you like in person on the phone, and we would talk and shit. Do you remember this the same shit I would tell you all the freaking time?
what?
The advice I
I
would tell
forgot.
you, I would tell you that um, the right person is gonna pop up when you least expect it.
And it did, and it
How'd you meet
did.
Maggie?
Fucking, I was like, what? It was like damn near 2 o'clock in the morning after the bars. I didn't even want fucking pizza like at all, but I was with my homie, and he wanted pizza, and he's like, bro, just come on, and I'm like, oh, I'm like, all right, whatever, dude, let's go get you some fucking pizza. So we went to this one shop called Gito's, and literally the fucking security guard was like, hey, go stand next to her, and then I stand next to the girl, and it's
Yeah.
fucking and like Maggie's got this AK-47 tattoo like behind her ear, And I was just like, is that a fucking AK? And I started laughing. And then she's like, yeah, you like it? And I'm like, yeah. And then I just started shooting the shit with her and everything. And then, and I got her Instagram that day and all that stuff too. So, like, yeah, it is crazy the way that things worked out.
Yeah.
Because now we're like, this person, I don't know. It's so, because then after that, like, she tried me twice. She,
And he
it
did
wasn't like
too.
a fucking, it wasn't like a story time thing, because the first time I hit her up on, and I was actually trying to take her out on a date. I was like Friday, and I was just like, yo, like, what are you trying to, like, like, you want to go to, like, do you want to go?
Do you want to go on a date or something?
Yeah. And I was like, it was nice talking to you and everything. Like, do you want to go to like this one restaurant? I forgot what restaurant I said. But I was like, you trying to go on like this date and everything? And I shot my shot, and she didn't even read it till like 3 days later. I was like, and she's like, oh, I just like, saw this. And I was just like, yeah, fuck
lying
you.
ass.
I was like, fuck
Come
you
on.
then. And then I tried one more and then I tried another time, like, where I had some tickets to a football game, like a soccer game, and out here in Orlando. And I was like, yo, do you want to go with me? And then she was telling me that she's like, oh, like, that sounds really fun, but I have to work and all that stuff, which turns out she did have to work that day. Like, she wasn't going to get out of work like on time, like, to make it to the game and everything.
Yeah.
So, like, but at that time, I was
just
like,
bullshit.
Yeah, I thought she was bullshit, and I'm like, man, what the fuck? And I ended up taking my Cuban friend Burrell, like, he had a blast, but I was just like, man, I was like, this chick tried me. This chick tried me, yeah. And then one day I was just like, man, I don't really talk to this chick. I might just unfollow her. Like, dead ass. I was just like, but like, I really wasn't like, but what did give me a little hope before I shot my last shot was, like, I posted a selfie of me, like, just chilling and all that shit, looking like all nice and stuff. I laid this little selfie. It wasn't like a selfie thing, but like, it was like a little video.
A good picture of you.
Yeah, it was like a video that had me in it and everything, and like my boys and all that stuff. And Maggie commented on my story. She's like, "Wow, you're actually, like, you're really cute and stuff like that." And then I just hearted it, and I didn't say a thing. I was like,
gotta play the games back.
Fucking, we playing games back, baby. And then then the following week, like towards the weekend, like, I was just like, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna invite her on one more thing. Like, I hit her up Thursday. I was just like, I'm gonna invite her on one more place that I've been wanting to try. And if she says, like, she gives me one more excuse, see you later, alligator.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, but like so.
That's funny though.
So then I shot my shot.
Real quick. It's funny though, because you are that type of person to move on super freaking quickly. Like, if some girl even shows a little sign of being disinterested, like she was all about you, and then like just blows you off or something, or just shows you're not interested, never talk to her again. You're like, all right, peace, done.
Yeah,
it's interesting that you're like, all right, let me try again. All right, one more time.
That one, it just gave me a little bit of, like, I don't know. I think it's just because, like, the first interaction that we had kind of did do a good impression. Yeah. Like, and all that stuff. And then I don't know. I was just, but like, it was just like one of those things that was like, let me hit her up one more time, because, like, she's over here, like, in my DMs saying that I'm cute and stuff like that. So I was just like, yeah, let me do it one more time before I, like, just move on. Move on and just kick her out, like, and all that stuff. So I did it one more time. I ended up, like, texting her, and she texted me like shit. She texted me like an hour later, and she was like, "Oh my God, I would love to go on this date with you," and all that stuff. And then I had kind of like, like, I was just like playing it by ear. So I was just like, all right, fuck it. Like, I know this cool place. And then, so then I was just like, all right, fuck it. Like, I'm going to go take her to this restaurant I actually want to try. So I took her out to this one place called the Monroe out here in Orlando. And like, I made a reservation, which I kind of fucked up, like, even on the first date because like I showed up a little bit late, but traffic was a bitch, I showed up like a few minutes late and everything, but she was there. She was like, I went up to the host. I'm like, hi, I'm actually here on a date, a reservation for Charlie. And she's like, oh yeah, your date's already here. And I see her and Maggie's there. It was so funny that like I was wearing like this red button up and she was wearing like a red shirt. And then I just started giving her shit for that. I was like, are you fucking spying on me? And all that crap. But I liked the first date. We had like a really good time the first date, and it was so funny because like every time I would go to the bathroom at that time, I was like hitting like a vape and shit like that. So I would go to the bathroom, just to hit my puff bar, and then she would go to the bathroom, but she would also be hitting her puff bar, but I didn't know like at the time. And I'm pretty sure the fucking bartender who was watching us do that, like, was like laughing,
that's
at it and everything. And I remember whenever she was going to the bathroom, because I was really fucking hungry, but I didn't want to be a fat ass in front of her. So I just ordered like sides, like small sides. Damn. And we just started drinking. Her and I was like immediately just started drinking and drinking. She was like, ordering espresso martinis, and I was just like, yeah, I'll take one too. And then, bro, I was just trying so hard to like not be a fat, but like whenever she would go and leave, I would be like eating more and more.
Come back.
Because I was nervous, man. Like I'm like, all right, I gotta keep it cool. Like
trying to play it off.
But after that, like we ended up ditching that place, and we went to like some little grimy bar called Casey's. It's not super grimy. It's just more of like they have like a cover band there. Yeah. And so we started just going there. We went there. We kind of hung out. We got some more drinks, ate popcorn, and this is gonna be the most.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say this is gonna be the most corny thing I say all throughout the podcast, but like, man, now it's because I'm getting butterflies. I remember going in for a kiss and like kissing her and like feeling like I just like fucking hit a home run or some shit. Like, it was
that's what I was about to ask.
Super dumb. It was crazy. I still remember our first kiss and everything too, although I was kind of buzzed. At that point, it's like there's certain moments when you do some certain things with somebody that like just are engraved in your head. But I still remember
memories.
Yeah, exactly. Like I still remember going in for that kiss and then kissing her and all that stuff.
What was the game plan? Were you trying to set up like a conversation to lead to it, or
we were just talking. Everything was just kind of flowing naturally and all that stuff. And like I remember being nervous to even try to kiss her, but when I went in and all that stuff and she smooched me back, I felt I felt like I just won the Super Bowl with that one, and I was just like, fuck yeah. I felt and all that stuff, but like everything just went natural and now we're here.
Now you're here. See, remember I told you my story is similar to yours with like Annie. Like we matched on Tinder, say like February spring semester, and then we like Snapchatted a little bit, didn't talk, and then all summer we didn't talk, and then coming into our last semester of school, fucking 5th years, we graduated one extra semester. We'd like invite each other to parties, and she'd be like, oh, come to this party, we're hanging out. I'm like, nah, I don't want to leave my fraternity's party, or I don't want to leave the bar. Kept blowing each other off. We both did it to each other, and we were hosting that pregame at our apartment, remember? And I told her, I was like, hey, I'm having a pregame tonight. It's like, come over or I'm not talking to you anymore. I'm like, I'm done. Because we kept saying shit and nothing was going nowhere. I was like, I just want to hang out, see what happens. And she showed up and we like instantly hit it off. We're talking the whole night. And then remember, like, same thing. I like gave her my first kiss, that not my first kiss, but like our first kiss together that night too. And remember, I told you that next morning when I woke up, I was like, "Fuck, dude, I think I'm gonna get a girlfriend."
Yeah.
Same thing. I like instantly knew. I was like, we hit it off. We had same like sense of humor and fucking, everything just felt good. I was like, "Yep." I'm like, I'm gonna get a girlfriend because our last semester we were just like, let's just be some dogs. We're gonna go to KC. Like, who cares? And literally one of the very first parties I met Annie. I was like, fuck. Well,
It's a
there goes
wrap.
our plans. Yeah.
It's a wrap.
Yeah. Speaking of raps, I think, let me know how this sounds. I think I want to wrap up the podcast each week with a recommendation. So like we each give each other a recommendation. It could be anything. It could be a song to listen to, a show, a video, some food to try. It's anything. Literally any recommendation, anything on the table. So it could be whatever you want. So I'll go first. I think um, you should try is listening to this guy's music, a white rapper. His name's AK. His song's called Crazy. I'll send it to you. You have Spotify, don't you? I'll
Yeah.
send you like on YouTube, I guess, to check it out. It's AK Crazy. It's a good song. And then we come back, and when we wrap up the podcast each week, we just talk super quickly about the recommendation, whatever it was, if you liked it or not, if it's a hit or a miss, and then for the next week. That makes sense. I think perfect way to tie up the podcast, takes a minute or two. Do you got anything you want to recommend or not? I know it's very last second for you.
Yeah, nah, not really right now, but I'm gonna definitely up my game next time.
Yeah, I know. I put it last second on you because I was just thinking about it. Because
And I don't like
wanted
to
something to
recommend
like.
things. Yeah, I don't like to recommend things unless like I'm really like into them and like it's
Yeah.
really good. So we'll save it for next week.
Yeah. So next week we'll talk about the song AK Crazy and then our recommendations. But all right,
All right, man.
another hour down, bro.
All right, bro.
Peace.
You were gonna do the fucking thing? I thought you were gonna. No.
Shit, now I got it backwards.
What the fuck, bro?
All right,
you're
later,
drunk.
bro. Later, bro.
All right, later.